Hello, folks. Welcome to West Edmonton Mall's Ice Palace. Mike Gould, Conrad Krauser with you on ASTV as we prepare for our 8th and final game of this Wednesday. It'll be the BC Junior Canucks taking on the Boston Junior Bruins.
A pair of teams at 1 and 2 needing wins here and needing them in a bad way. Top scorer for BC is Nolan Gallagher with a goal and an assist. Their team really has been spread out the scoring. But for Boston, it's number 91, Vincenzo Grana. 1 goal, 2 assists, the leading scorer on this one.
I'm curious to see who starts in goal for Boston in this one. We have seen quite a bit of Jake Ferguson so far. Would expect to see him potentially in this very, very big game for the Bruins. At the other end, I wonder if we'll see Jackson Zinner or Hugo Lee.
Yeah, we did see Hugo Lee get relieved in one of the earlier games of this tournament. So I wonder if they go back to him. And I gotta say, I now understand why Hugo Lee's pads are black and gold. British Columbia bringing out some fantastic unis. Gotta say, quite different here than their primary. As you can see, you got that old school Canucks skate logo here on the right side of our screen, but they've gone to a very different logo here today. British Columbia with the flag right in the middle. Almost a retro classic jersey here.
And at this time, we'll just take a moment to tell you that this game is brought to you by DFI, a global leader in steel piling foundations and a proud supporter of the Brick Invitational Hockey Tournament, DFI.
You know, nerves of steel are required here. Not quite pilings, but nerves. I know it's a bit of a stretch, folks. Hang with me here. If you don't win this one, likely means you're out of playoffs Saturday. So that's got to be playing in the back of your mind. You've got to steal that focus to make sure that that isn't what is your downfall. Does the pressure get to you, or do you use that pressure to build into something a little bit more secure?
Well put, Conrad, as I'm here along with Conrad here on ASTV. We're getting ready to go for this game between Boston and BC on our ice surface here at dead center in this Coliseum of Commerce.
And let's head down to ice level here, ladies and gentlemen, so that you can see these beautiful BC unis. And I gotta say, I do love the logo that the Bruins wear on front of these mustard yellow jerseys. The goaltenders from Boston just giving out a few fist bumps as they get ready for this game. Maybe that's some younger siblings. It's some young fans, certainly, here at the Ice Palace at West Edmonton Mall.
And we'll take a step back here on ASTV. Mike Gould, Conrad Krauser's National Anthems coming up next, as is the land acknowledgement here on Treaty 6 lands. We are ready to go here at West Edmonton Mall, the Ice Palace, the site of this game between the Boston Junior Bruins and the BC Junior Canucks.
As you can see, a couple players unable to hand off their pre-game ritual exchange items, suggesting the Bruins bench might be a little bit short today. We did see a couple players limping off the ice at the beginning of this day when we did do the Bruins game earlier, so that could explain a little bit of that. And the Vancouver Blue Men have returned. They're just gearing up here on the bleachers. Maybe they'll find their way behind the penalty boxes once again. But as we mentioned, some very unique uniforms, one of a kind from the BC Junior Canucks.
Starting goaltenders to tell you about for the Boston Junior Bruins, it'll be Braden Boyes from the Casco Bay Spartans wearing number 90. Haven't seen him yet so far in this tournament. Will be interesting to watch Boyes in the Boston end. And for BC, a familiar face, it's Jackson Zinner wearing number 41.
Jackson came in relief of Hugo Lee last time we did a Canucks game.
Face off at center ice. BC waiting for the puck drop. And it's down BC with the puck. First touch, and it's advanced ahead there by Demansky. Demansky through the middle, up top, kept in by the Canucks. Now a long shot by McBride, seen there by Boston's goaltender Boyes. And now up the near side, gets past the man at the point. BC has to go back out to center. Now on it is Boydell. Boydell bounces it off the boards, Manilakis onto it. Manilakis couldn't get the shot on goal. Now BC looking to bring it to safety. That's McBride down the right side. McBride battling for it. Also helping out there is Gallagher. Gallagher in front. BC jamming away, but getting on top of that puck is Braden Boyes.
Nolan Gallagher, as I mentioned, a goal and assist already in this tournament for the Canucks.
Twist and shout. Face-off coming up inside the Boston zone. 11:22 on the clock. Both these teams surging for their first goal. BC already with 2 shots. Now up the near side, Boston trying to jam it out. Boston with the puck down low, streaking onto it there is Ronan. Ronan helped out. Boston looking up ice and leading the charge there with that pass. Over to the right side was Lundin. Boston back on it. Ronan through the middle. That pass deflected away from Lundin and over to Chamberlain. Chamberlain overskated it. Lundin in to help out. Chops it forward. Now Tash fires it all the way down the ice. That will be an icing, a call against the Canucks.
So last game for the BC Junior Canucks, they did fall 5-1 to the Connecticut Junior Rangers. And then if we look over at the BC Junior Canucks, their last game earlier today, okay, my phone will not load, so I can't get you your stats here. I will get it at our next intermission.
Face off in the O-zone, won by Boston. Harney's shot is blocked away by the Canucks. Harney backhands it to May, and down low after it is Thorley. Thorley down low, coming in to help out. Boston in control, up the near side. BC trying to clear, and it just escapes the line. Welch fires it right back in. Back on it for BC is Kayla.
So since we got a couple seconds, Boston Junior Bruins played Team Brick Alberta earlier, falling by a score of 4-2. Looking to bounce back here quickly.
That's correct. That was the game that we called. Here from this same vantage point. Now at the line, BC clears the zone, and McBride brings it out to center. Now back in, May down the left side. May over to the right, a shot there by Perna, and blocking it away is Kayla. BC get it to the line, but it's kept in by McKenzie. Bounces into the low slot where it's taken away by Wall for the Canucks. Wall past McBride, kept alive by McKenzie, who fires it down low, and Duchnowski gives chase.
That's a very smart play from the young defenseman. Doesn't see any passing lane, so fires it deep, a little bit of dump and chase, never hurt anyone.
McKenzie picks it up at center, skates it in down the left side, fires a long shot along the ice, and making the save there for BC is Zinner. On the far side, deflected out to center, no icing on the play. Puck goes back into the Boston zone, and on it there is Duchnowski.
What is that often misattributed Wayne Gretzky quote? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Something like that. And now it's brought back in by Manilakis offside.
No shot is a bad shot. Unless it leads to an odd man break the other way, then it might be a little bit of a bad shot. But, you know, no shot is a bad shot even then.
I think the Wayne Gretzky quote was, "You're trading me where?"
For how much money?
Now one as Duchnowski dumps it in. Back on it for BC is Tash. Tash rims it around, and at the point coming in is Ronan to keep it alive. Back up top for Manilakis, but he gloved it down, taken away by BC. Now they turn it over. Manilakis' long shot skips on goal, where it's kicked aside by center. Now in the far corner, Duchnowski sends it up top. Toner backs it down low, and now BC to the line and out. Here come the Canucks down the left side. It's Iachkin, lost control. Iachkin sends it around in the offensive zone. Coming up to the point to try and keep it in successfully is Shuker. Long shot there blocked by the Bruins, and it comes back out to center. Wall dumps it in. 8:15 on the clock. Bruins looking to break it out up the near side, and they do, giving chase. Manilakis coming in, 2-on-1. Manilakis, sharp angle, in front. Oh, and that one just hopped over the stick of Boston's Braden Friars. Here comes BC, into the zone, long shot there, sails high. That was off the stick of Wall. Now a long shot toward the goal to Flex, and knocking that one aside was Boys. Up top, Shuker keeps it alive for the Canucks, sends it up the boards. Boston looking to find it there on the near side. Boston rims it around, and after it on the far side there was Friars. Sent back down low, comes out in front, and covering it up there for Boston is the goaltender, Braden Boys.
Still officially only 2 shots on the board. And it doesn't feel like it's been only those 2.
Both those shots for the Canucks in this one.
Correct. And I almost feel like I need to throw my aviator.
Boston looking to break it out, and they do. Chamberlain finds it, skitters off his stick, and Gallagher takes over for BC. Gallagher gets it in across the line, and giving chase now for the Canucks is McBride. Down low, taken away by Boston. Backhanded ahead, kept into the line, and sent down low by the Canucks. Giving chase there is Demansky. Demansky sends it down low, helped out there by his teammate Nolan Gallagher. Gallagher below the goal line on the backhand in front, knocked away by the Boston goaltender Boys. Now on the near side, Boston clears it. Here comes Thorley. He's got numbers. Thorley with May and Chamberlain. Chamberlain, and the save is made by Zinner.
Chamberlain kind of double clutched the shot a little bit. He had been able to get that shot off without having to take that gather. Might have been the first goal of the game on their first shot for the Bruins.
Jackson Zinner's first test, and he lives up to the hype. Getting across to make that stop to keep BC tied at 0s here midway through this first period.
Funny that I mentioned Top Gun, because they go to the Mission Impossible theme here on the sound system here. A little Tom Cruise centric.
An homage to Thomas Cruise Mapother IV, the prominent American actor. Down low, Boston on that puck, gets it up top, and that one's deflected to Manilakis, who keeps it alive. On the far side, now giving chase is Grana. Grana from a sharp angle, saved by Zinner. Rebound, knocked away. Boston backhands it toward the goal. A shot by Grana. Another save made by Zinner.
You know, it also might be appropriate because it seems to be mission impossible to get a shot on goal in this period.
Yes, indeed, Conrad. Thank you for that one. As now a shot from the left side is sticked away there by Boston's goaltender Boys. And Boston up the near side, looking to break it out. They do. Out to center, giving chase is Perna. Perna dumps it in off the skate of the official, and BC back on it. Rimmed around the near side for Ekramadula. Sent back down low by Boston, giving chase is Grana. Grana lost the handle, and it's taken over by BC. They get it out to center.
Oh, we're going to see a delayed penalty here against the BC Canucks.
Behind the play, as Welch dumps it in, BC back to touch it. And with 5:17 to go in this first period, the Boston Bruins getting this game's first penalty, or pardon me, power play, and it will be an interference call against BC's Liam Boydell.
Just a reminder, this and every power play is brought to you by the Kachuk Advisory Group at Scotia Wealth Management. At the Kachuk Advisory Group, Scotia Wealth Management, We share a passion for our community. We believe that wealth is more than just money.
That's Jack Boydell to the box, 2 for interference.
So they're saying due to the icing call being called and the penalty, it will not be an O-zone faceoff. It will be a faceoff at that dot where they did eventually drop the puck.
Boston brings it in, taken over by BC, and they get it just across the line. Now it's sent over to the near side, giving chase for Boston is McKenzie. Gets it up, and it's taken there by Lundin. Lundin lost control. Gallagher on it for BC. Fires it all the way down the ice.
Puck just bouncing over a couple too many Bruins sticks here to have any continued pressure. There's another one.
Back out to center. Tash, again, sends it down the ice.
That allows the penalty killers to get to the second unit. Fresh set of legs.
Boston out to center. Friars on the right side. Duchnowski gives chase. Duchnowski spins, looks up top, has it down low, hands it off, and that pass to the middle was panned on. Now it's Lundin. Lundin spins at the circle. Lundin lost control. BC on it, and firing it down the ice there was Seven Tyson.
60 seconds elapsed from this interference call, and not a single shot here from the Bruins. But here
Look out, here's Manilakis. Manilakis shoots, and that one just deflects wide. Boston shot there from the right circle is fanned on. Manilakis doesn't go past him. Picks it up and tried to backhand it down low. Now it's taken over. Manilakis on the puck. Shot there, deflects away from danger. Now Tights upended. They're going to call Boston for a trip there. Pretty cut and dried. And with 3:50 to go in this first period, we're heading to 4-on-4 hockey.
You know what, Mike? I actually disagree with you. I felt Tights had thrown himself off balance, and the little tap of the skates just did the finishing maneuver there. But you can't argue right of a penalty, and I can't do it for you either. So we'll be 4-on-4 here for the next 34 seconds. Then we'll head to a Bruins power play, or penalty.
Yeah, power play for the Canucks after this penalty expires. The first one now comes in front. Demansky sends it just wide. On the right side wall, Wall backhands it toward the Bruins goal line, but Donovan takes over. Donovan being hassled there by Wall. Now the puck up for grabs along the near side. Demansky down the right, chips it forward. Demansky at the circle, tried a shot, but it deflected away from him. Boston gets to the line, kept in by Tash. Tash, that shot skips wide. Boston picks it up. They rim it around the boards, up to the point. Puck sent down low. Boston looks to clear on the wall. We're up to 5-on-4 for the Canucks, but Boston takes it away, and Toner fires it down the ice.
You know what came to my mind here? Going to these tan jerseys might have been a little bit of exercising some bad juju, not wearing that Canucks logo against a Bruins team. As we know, there's a little bit of a rivalry there between the two NHL clubs.
That is true. On the left side, a shot by Gallagher, kick save made there by Boyes. And now Boston breaks it out. Through the middle comes Manilakis. Manilakis fires a shot that deflects off of Taj's stick and away from danger. 45 seconds remaining on this Canucks power play, and leading the charge there for BC is Tash. Tash chips it in, goes off for a line change. Now it's rimmed around. Yachkin picks it up for the Canucks. Down low, McBride. McBride helped out by Gallagher. On the near side, Yachkin up high. Fakes the shot there. That's Shuker. Shuker back to Yachkin. Yachkin sharp angle. That one goes through the crease. Comes up high for Boydell. Jack Boydell over to Shuker. Shuker winds up, fires. That one deflects wide off of the skate of May. And now Boston takes over. 10 seconds on the penalty. They fire it down the ice.
May gives that skate a shake. Doesn't seem to be any worse for wear as he's in on the forecheck already.
Canucks looking up ice. That pass is mishandled there by Gallagher, and Perna's on it. Perna's shot blocked away. BC on it as we are back to 5-a-side hockey. Yachkin giving chase. Boston on that puck. It's Lundin. Lundin goes D to D. And now Boston on that puck. Sent up the near side. Kept alive by BC for a moment. Now Lundin back on it, wheeling through the middle. Lundin cuts to the outside. Lundin making moves. Lundin at the circle. Now is knocked down, and BC sends it to the line. After it there for the Canucks is Alexander Yachkin. Now it's sent back out to safety by Boston. 1:07 to play in this first period.
Playing a little bit of ping pong here, Mike. Not either team able to gain meaningful possession in each other's zone until
Here
now.
comes Tights. Tights down the right side. Tights on goal. Save made there by Boys, who covers up for a face-off. 51.1 seconds on the clock in this first period.
Mike, let's go in the time machine for a goaltender comparison, because these pads and goaltending style really remind me of Andy Moog. I saw a lot of Andy Moog on those old Rock'em Sock'em TV tapes. So, you know, Don Cherry had a thing for the Bruins.
Yeah.
Kind of coached there for a while.
Yeah, he was a little bit obsessed almost. Now down low, the puck sent in below the Boston goal line. Boston picks it up. That's Manilakis wheeling. Sends it over to the far side for Duchnowski. Duchnowski has Thorley, sends it ahead. Thorley gives chase. Thorley after that loose puck down low, finds it, backhands it to the middle, goes off the skate of Manilakis. Taken away by Tights with 28 seconds on the clock in this first period. Puck advanced ahead. BC crossed the blue line, over skidding it there is Tyson. Tyson steals it away and dumps it in, and Akromanula gives chase. Boston back on it, pass up the near side, bounces off the boards. 13 seconds to go in this first period. Boston on it, sends it ahead. Thorley chips it in, but not deep. Puck still loose at center ice. Skating after it there is Yachkin, taken away from him, and that will do it for this first period. After 12 minutes of play, here at the Ice Palace, it's Boston and BC. Both tied at 0. BC out shooting Boston 5-4.
Easy mistake to make. We got a couple of these teams that share names with NHL clubs that aren't provincial or statewide, so, you know, it happens. I gotta wonder what each of these coaches are saying. You're still tied at 0-0. Obviously, very much both teams in this game. What would you be saying, Mike, if you were coaching here?
Keep your feet moving. This has been a bit of a slugfest. Not a whole lot going on. Back and forth the play has gone, but not a whole lot of extended zone time, and I think you can maybe catch the other team off guard if you come out really fast.
My coaching verbiage would be establish the cycle. Don't just be happy with getting the shot on net and then having to go and defend. Take the time. Try and establish that presence in the O zone, especially with these longer changes here in the second period. I think that's so important.
Bit of a difference in style here in terms of delivery. I saw Boston's coach going really, really intense with the kids. He was saying, go, 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 and just sort of, making all sorts of gesticulations with his hands and, motivating his team. At the other end, it's BC bringing out the whiteboard.
It almost is kind of a representation of how I view both of these places. Boston, very in-your-face, aggressive, and BC, a little bit more laid back. Let's go head out to Fernie on the long weekend and get our ski in.
Absolutely. Now BC up the near side boards as we are underway in this second period. Gallagher into the middle, knocked away from Demansky by Lundin. And Lundin on it now, backhands it in for Donovan. Donovan up the far side boards, battling for it. McBride trying to take it away for BC, and now Lundin skates with it. Lundin over to the near side, finds Friars. Friars crosses the line at the right circle. Friars up top, finds his man. Long shot there by Harney, goes wide. Down low, Boston trying to jam that puck free. Puck still up for grabs below the goal line. Boston trying to find it, they do. Pass comes up top, picked off by McBride, and he skates it out to center. McBride 1-on-3, tried to fire that shot. Nice back check by Donovan, and look out, here comes Boston. Here's a chance for Friars, a long shot there, deflected away from danger by Shuker.
Friars has had a couple opportunities here for the fast break.
Now BC, shot from the left side by Demansky, backhander bounces on goal, and covering it up there as Boys.
Looks like Boys almost considered playing that back for his D-men, but ends up getting the freeze.
Face-off coming up inside the Boston zone. Tights there to take it for BC. Tights lining up for the draw. Left-handed center. Face-off won by Boston.
But the wingers go in deep for BC.
Akromanula on it down low. Akromanula lost control. And Boston takes over up the near side. Pass through the middle connects. And on it there is Grana. Grana, long shot there. Knocked aside with ease by BC's goaltender. Down low, Boston on the puck. Comes up top, and Parna had the puck taken away from him. Now through the middle comes Tights. Tights down the right side, leaves it for Ekromadula. Ekromadula battling for it in front of his own bench. And there to help out is Shuker. Now it's Tights on the puck. Tights long shot deflects away from danger.
So something I've noticed is Tights, in the previous game, has had his long hair just flowing. Got a little bit of a ponytail today. I wonder if that's trying to change his fortunes a little bit.
Hockey players can be very superstitious, absolutely, as we both know. And now Duchnowski down the right side, a long shot, seen all the way by center.
So Mike, I was never really one to have any superstitions. Do you have any superstitions when you're getting ready for a game?
Getting ready for a game? Not really.
You're not the left skate has to go on first.
No,
has to go
not.
on 20 minutes before the game. I've heard some ridiculous ones from a couple different players.
Yeah, there's certainly some weird ones. There are players who take ice baths.
Ice baths are great.
Yeah. Obviously, Blake Coleman in Calgary drinks pickle juice. There's some players who eat mustard packets. You know, there's just all sorts of different things that players do to try and get an edge. It must work for some of them. Blake Coleman, pickle juice man, has 2 Stanley Cups. So what are you gonna do?
Hopefully, some of these players are taking the advantage of, instead of pickle juice, BioSteel to get those electrolytes up.
Absolutely. Well played there. Conrad is now on the far side, taken by May. May through the middle connects, and Boston brings it out to center. On there down the right side is Thorley. William Thorley down low, and in the middle, that pass easily picked away by McBride. McBride skates it out to center down the right side. Long shot is blocked there by Boston. In front, there's a chance for Gallagher. The rebound, they score! McBride!
Puts that puck back, just a bang, bang play. Puts the BC Canucks up 1-0 early. Oh, and I love this goal song. I don't know what the name of this song is, but it definitely has a ton of energy, which is what the fans are giving back to this BC team.
Cooper McBride on the rebound. The HBL Lumberjack slammed that one home past the goaltender. Boys for Boston. BC with 9:08 to play in the second period leads 1-0.
Was that a Denny's pun on the Lumberjack slam?
No, it wasn't, but that would have been very funny if it was intentional. Now Boston brings it back in. Lundin on the backhand. That one's saved by center.
We've seen so many quick comebacks here today on day 3 of our tournament.
This game's opening up. Iachkin fires, and he fanned on that one.
Yeah, didn't get all the carbon fiber he wanted on that one.
Now Ekromadula jamming away at it, but covering it up for Boston is Braden Boyes.
Oh my goodness. This has brought back the fans into this game. I think that's so important to state how important these fans have been to this point. You are right on top of the action. These boys can hear you loud and clear, and hopefully you can hear it loud and clear on our broadcast here on ASTV.
Ekromadula there to take the face-off. He wins it for BC, but now it's brought up to center by Boston. We'll pause for the goal call.
If it's coming.
Pardon me, I guess not. All right, brought back in by BC. Long shot by Liebel. Goes wide. Off the carom. Ekromadula was after it. Knocked away from him. And Boston brings it to the line, but not out. Kept in by Liebel. Ekromadula into the middle. Here's a chance. A long shot. Deflects off the near side boards, rather.
I thought it was heading into our artificial trees behind the north side goal posts.
I thought so too, just didn't have enough carry on it. Now, BC, Ekromadula had it skitter off his stick, and McKenzie takes over for Boston. Boston, Manilakis, over to the right side for Friars. Friars, after that puck, taken away by Iachkin. And now bring it out for BC as Wall, up to Iachkin. Iachkin lost control, and taking over there for Boston is Peter Toner. Turnover, Wall, long shot. Blocked there by Boston. Getting in the way of that one was Jack Ronan. Sends it out to center where Wall takes over and dumps it back in.
Again, I have to say, such an appropriate name for what we've seen, a stay-at-home defenseman here, and wearing number 8.
Killian Wall turns it over. Manilakis in on goal. Manilakis and he pulls over the goaltender. They poke it in after the whistle blew. They're not going to call out a goal. 7:14 on the clock in this second period. The fans are upset, but it remains 1-0 for BC.
And I think the defense is upset. Their goaltender just got bowled over. I would have been mad if that goal had counted.
The Boston cheering section is upset.
As is the coaching staff. We have a little bit of a animated discussion here from the coaching staff of the Bruins.
Yeah, Manilakis has gone in on the breakaway. Instead of taking the shot, he kind of went body first in toward the goaltender, maybe trying to deke him out. And,
they're saying that line change came too late. I'm sure the coaching staff aren't too happy because they're like, we were talking to you. We weren't allowed to get our line change.
Now Boston only with 4 players out there. Duchnowski has to come back onto the ice. Manilakis there to line up for the draw against Tights. Bit of a scramble. Duchnowski has it. Duchnowski up top, kept in by Ronan. Back to Duchnowski. Duchnowski shot. There is blocked en route by BC. And they'll look to clear. Leading the charge is Tights. Tights down the right side. Tights on the backhand. Spins. Looks up top. Spins again. Has a down low pass in front. Knocked away there by Boys. Now it's Tash. Sends it down low. Karams off the end boards. And now the goaltender Boys takes a spill. No call on that play. Both teams jamming away at that puck on the far side boards. Squirts free. Boston looks for it and they find it. Grana gets into the line but not out. Kept in by BC. Their fans roar in approval.
Great forecheck coming here from BC. Not allowing the Bruins any breathing room.
Tash long shot. Glove down by Toner. Deflects just wide.
We've talked about those glove blocks here a couple times today. I am still not a fan.
Sent all the way down the ice by Boston. No icing on the play. They're going to say it deflected. And so back on it now is BC's Tyson Tights. Rims it around. Here come the Canucks. They can't get it out. Lundin keeps it alive. Lundin after that puck. In there for BC is Shuker. Now it comes out to center. Back in by Welch. BC back on it in their own zone. With it there is Shuker who rims it around. After there is McBride. Oh, almost too many men on the ice for Boston. Now they're going to say the puck came outside the zone and Boston touches it up for an offside with 5:40 to play in this second period.
The pace has ramped up here. We're starting to see the battles along the boards be a little bit more vicious, trying to make sure that you get that puck away for your team. Oh, goodness.
Face off in the neutral zone is won by BC. They advance it forward. Back on it is Welch who gets it ahead. May battling for it at center. Puck backhanded in by BC. Boston back on it. Up the near side. That pass deflected away by the Canucks. And bringing it in there is McBride. Turned back by Lundin. Now it's Kayla. Hands it off for Wall. Wall through the middle. That pass out of the reach of Ekremanula who gives chase. Back on it for Boston is Welch who rims it around. May there to pick it up.
Mike, I know you said you don't believe in speaking things into existence, but once again, it's a quiet first couple of periods for 27 in yellow, Donovan.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see what happens here.
Last time we mentioned that, he promptly assisted one of the nicest goals of the day.
Now on the far side, Boston finds that puck, and they send it through the middle. Lundin deflects it. Donovan on it. Here comes Donovan into the offensive zone, chips it down low and gives chase. Wall back on it for BC, taken away by the Bruins. Donovan back to his feet down low, battles for it. It's caught underneath a BC skate. Now it comes free, on it there, a shot from the left side, and a glove save is made by Zinner.
Zinner's seen enough of the pressure there. Just reaches up and snags that puck though. It's probably going a foot over the crossbar. Make sure you get the change, relieve a little bit of that pressure. Hopefully you can win this defensive zone faceoff.
4:28 on the clock in this second period. BC leading to 1-0 off a goal by Cooper McBride. Boston looking to tie. They're being outshot 9-6 late in this second period. Backhand shot. Rainbows high toward the goal. Knocked away by the Canucks. Now on it is Demansky. Advances it ahead. Turned back by Boston for a moment. BC gets into the line. Not out. BC again with the puck. Third time a charm. Yes, indeed it is. Down the right side it's Liebel. Liebel to Yachkin, but Liebel was caught offside. Now he's knocked by Swinger after the play. No call comes out of that one as there will be a face-off in the neutral zone with 4:07 on the clock.
And just inform you, the assist did go to number 94, Nolan Gallagher, on that goal earlier in this period.
McBride from Gallagher is the goal call. Sent back in by BC. Boston returns the favor, puts it into the BC zone. Back on it is Tash. Tash up to Tyson, deflected away from him, out to center. Boston back on the puck in their own zone. There's Swinger. Swinger up the far side to the line and out. Here comes Boston. It's Thorley. Thorley has Chamberlain. Thorley shoots. Save made by Zinner. The rebound's loose. Where is it? They're jamming away. Oh, it's sent wide there by Manilakis.
All the junior Bruins fans were bouncing, thinking that shot had gone in, but it really just trickled just wide.
Now on it for BC as Tash turns it over. Manilakis had it knocked off his stick there by Lucas Pandachuk. Now it's Liebel. Liebel's shot sticked aside there by Boys. On it now is Tyson. Tyson battling for it down low. Liebel comes in to help out. Liebel loses control. BC can't keep it in. Here comes Boston again. Chamberlain down the right side, stops up, looks up top. Chamberlain passed it over to nobody in particular, and BC will bring it back out to center.
It's like the Bruins listen to my version of the second period notes, trying to establish the zone time, not just get that first shot, establish the cycle. There's the word I'm looking for.
BC can't get it out. Boston keeps it alive. Trying to find that puck, and standing up there is Boston's Ronan. BC takes over, and now it's Tights on that puck. Here comes Tights down the right side. Tights shoots. Oh, and that one just sailed wide. The rebound, and a save is made there by Boys. Boston advances it up the near side. On there is Friars. Friars has Duchnowski, turns it over. Here comes Gallagher back the other way. Gallagher has McBride. Gallagher at the left circle, stops up, looks up top, finds Wall. Wall fires that one through traffic, off the headboard. The Karam set on goal, and lying on top of that puck is Braden Boys.
Yeah, Braden Boys making sure that stays out of the blue paint. And speaking of the blue paint, we've got the replay of our opening goal of this game.
Indeed, here's the goal, scored by McBride. See the puck down low, a shot. The rebound just chipped home by the number 97 in beige from his knees.
Second and third efforts coming through big for the boys in beige.
Now Boston, it's Lundin with Perna. Lundin, Perna shoots, save made by Zinner.
That was off the shaft of Zinner's stick, and you see a tap of appreciation coming from the goaltender of the Bruins.
Over to the near side. BC looking to clear. Boston looking to keep it alive. Down low May after that puck. May has Lundin. Lundin at the left circle. Lundin up top. Still with that puck. Lundin shoots. Save made by Zinner.
Make sure to get the freeze. And you know, goaltending's a bit of a fraternity. People say goalies are weird. I like to say they're eccentric. But you know, they definitely always notice when a good save has been made on the other side, and you'll see a stick tap or a nod of approval in most cases.
Face off in the offensive zone. Boston after it, but they lose control. 1:16 on the clock in this second period. After it, there is McBride for BC. He dumps it in, and Gallagher gives chase. Gallagher forces a turnover, but then he loses control of the puck. Manilakis gets it ahead to the line. Not out. Long shot by Wall. Oh, that one was almost tipped by Gallagher. Making the save was Boys. Gallagher helped out down low. Gallagher has it. Tries to wrap around. The rebound. They score! Tyson!
Again, just a play with second and third efforts. Not giving up on the play. And oh my goodness, the fans in the stands are jacked. They're raising the blue men up in the air to celebrate.
7 Tyson from in tight. Backhands it over Boys. BC leads by a pair.
I want to party with that man in the retro Challenger jacket. He's getting everyone in the stands excited here for the I was going to say Bruins, but I meant to say the Canucks.
BC leading 2-0 here late in this second period. Back on it Boston up the far side boards. They chip it out to center. And look out. Here come the Bruins. It's Thorley with Friars. Thorley at the circle shoots. Save made by Zinner. To the line, kept in by McKenzie. Sent down low. 26 seconds on the clock. That pass out of the reach of Ekremadula.
Zinner making sure to stay big, stay at the top of the blue paint, cut down all these angles.
Boston out to center. Here they come down the left side. With it there is Grana up high. Comes to McKenzie. 6 seconds on the clock. BC clears the zone. That will pretty much do it for this second period. After 2 periods of play, it's BC 2, Boston 0.
And as we said, it's just a outworking in front of the net that has gotten both of these British Columbia goals.
Most recent goal for BC, scored by Seven Tyson. We'll get the replay of that goal right now here on our big screen.
There's lots of fist bumps, even between teams here. Respect, the word of the day for everyone here at the Brick Invitational.
We'll get that Tyson goal to you momentarily as he scores late in that second period to put BC up by 2. Here's the replay. Having some technical difficulties here on our broadcast. Here we go. As it's Seven Tyson, the goal scored to put BC up by a pair. And here it is on our screen now. Comes out in front. That wraparound attempt is stopped, but Tyson on the backhand lifts it past Boys to make it a 2-0 lead for the Canucks.
Second effort, getting that puck up high real quick over the pad of the sprawling goaltender for the Bruins.
Mike Gould here for Conrad Krausert on ASTV. First 2 periods are in the books here in this game at the 33rd Annual Brick Invitational Tournament. We'll be back with you in a moment for more intermission coverage of this game at the Brick at the West Edmonton Mall Ice Palace. We'll see you in a
Welcome to Pilot Mountain Hockey Academy, your world-class academic and hockey training facility created to maximize each student's athletic and academic potential. Blackjack Stewart Arena, home of the Buffalo, is inside the 46,000 square foot complex, as well as a curling rink and other facilities. The students have a unique combination of successful, well-rounded education at Pilot Mountain Collegiate Institute and the professional hockey training in an encouraging community. The years of experience of on-ice coaching propel our students to the next level, both mentally and physically, in a professional environment.
Hey folks, welcome back to West Edmonton Mall. Mike Gould, Conrad Krauser here on ASTV as we prepare for the third and final period between a period of regulation between the BC Junior Canucks and the Boston Junior Bruins. We'll remind you that this period is brought to you by DFI.
DFI is a global leader in steel piling foundations and a proud sponsor of this Brick Invitational Hockey Tournament. And you got to say, I mentioned it earlier, nerves of steel need to be had to maintain your composure in a game that's been this close to this point.
Boston trailing 2-0 after 2 periods. Shots favoring the Canucks 14-10. And we'll see what unfolds here as Jackson Zinner between the pipes for BC has been fantastic so far.
100% has had to not make a ton of acrobatic saves, but when called upon, certainly very positionally sound.
Well, you know what I heard down in the down in our production room downstairs? I overheard one of our Brick organizers saying that she had seen Jackson Zinner earlier in the day. He'd had sushi and I think a steak, and he was still hungry.
Oh my goodness. I can certainly say I've been in the same place. As you can tell on the broadcast, I'm a bigger guy, but certainly I would have been full after a meal like that.
Yeah, Zinner is hungry. He's hungry for more in this third period as BC takes to the ice. They want to preserve this lead and maybe even add to it against Boston.
Now you hear what I have to deal with when I do broadcasts, folks at home.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop. Mind you, I'm just as bad.
You're worse.
Oh, thanks, Mike. But you know, we did open this game with the first period having 0 goals.
That is true.
So, you know, 0, no goals. 2 goals in the second period for the BC Junior Canucks. Maybe it's time for 2 goals for the Bruins.
We'll see what happens here. 15 minutes on the clock in this third period.
Yes, the 15-minute third period, the longest of all of our periods. It looks like one of the gloves got plucked off a Bruins player's hand. That was Swinger looking for his glove from the spectator area.
We'll remind you of our overtime format as well in case Boston does tie this game. We got 2 minutes of 3-on-3 to start things off, followed by 2 minutes of 2-on-2. And if that doesn't give us a winner, it will head to a shootout, which is exactly the way the NHL shootout plays out. It's just 3 skaters going for each team, and then if it remains tied after that, it'll go to sudden victory.
We haven't had too many of those shootout games in the 2 tournaments so far.
No, it seems that the games typically resolve themselves in 2-on-2.
At least we aren't going to the 1-on-1. Our AJHL, the league we both usually are involved with, tried the 3-2-1 overtimes in preseason, and the 1v1 overtime got a little ridiculous.
It was preposterous, and it should never see the light of day again.
You know what? I think we could bring it out at this age group. I'd love to see what kind of wheels these players have got.
That's fine. In the AJ, though, maybe not.
Yeah, it was a little grindy almost. It eliminated all the free space that one-on-one gave.
Now a long shot sails wide. Shuker down the right side in the middle. That one's knocked away by the Boston goaltender. And up the near side, Boston breaks it out to center. Giving chase there is Donovan. Now banking it in for the Canucks is Ekremanula. McKenzie goes D-to-D for Boston. And the Bruins get it back out to center where Tights is on it there for the Canucks.
Mike, tell me if I'm wrong, but I actually do believe Calgary youth hockey does use that 3-2-1 rule at this age group.
Honestly, I don't know. It's been so long since I've been in this age group and since I've watched any games in the Calgary minor hockey ranks that I couldn't tell you at this point. Now May on the right side for Boston. May down low, spinning away from Tash. May down low, tries a wraparound with Fan on it, comes out front. Oh, and a chance there. Oh, and a save is made by Zinner, who got on top of that shot by Manolakis.
Zinner going into the full splits there to make sure he covered as much of the bottom of that goal as he can. Gets a stick tap of appreciation from his defenseman Wall before this face-off in the Boston offensive zone.
Off the draw, BC takes it away, and they get it back out to center. On there for the Bruins, and dumping it in is Ronan. BC with the puck. They lose control, though, down low. Both teams jamming away at it. Lundin lost control. BC back on it. Up the near side, taken by McBride. Now it's Ronan. He goes D-to-D. Boston advances it ahead. That pass well out of the reach of Grana, and that will be an icing call against Boston.
They're trying to up the tempo here, trying to bring the pace, but you can't let the pace bring you out of control. This isn't the Fast and the Furious. If you're not out of control, you're not in control. That only applies to drifting.
Not sure where you were going with that one, Conrad.
Tokyo Drift, one of the greatest car racing movies of all time.
Yeah, okay.
They didn't go to space in that one.
That is true. Now Boston brings it out to center. Duchanovsky pokes it ahead. Donovan gives chase down the right side. Donovan has the puck knocked off his stick by Wall. Now the puck deflected all the way down the ice into Boston territory. Boston back on that puck with 12:45 on the clock in this third period.
We're starting to hear a little bit more chatter, a little bit more communication on the ice for both of these teams. Always good to hear. Developing great habits of communication on the ice.
Now Duchanovsky sends it ahead. Manolakis couldn't control it. Duchanovsky lost control of the Liebel. And now it comes to center for Iachkin, who brings it in. Almost offside there for BC. Now it's sent back out to center.
Liebel's jersey number, a little bit brighter shade of blue.
Yeah, it's quite a bit brighter.
Catches the eye a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's like some of the odd-colored gloves we've seen throughout these two tournaments.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a manufacturing error or what, but it's certainly like a sky blue as compared to the navy that we see for all the other teams. Now Liebel is likely going to get called for a penalty here. No, it's going to be a delayed offside, rather, pardon me.
You can tell that confused the BC fans. They thought they'd drawn the call from our officials here.
Yeah, it was a close play at the blue line. Now it comes out to center. McKenzie sends it ahead. After it is Chamberlain, who advances forward. Now Tash fans on it. Chamberlain gives chase. Tash angles him off nicely.
Again, I said non-body contact, but even without the contact, your body position so important to interrupt the play.
Now McKenzie, long shot there, sails on goal, and making the save is Jackson Zinner.
Jackson Zinner just making sure his glove hand's working, flips it out of his glove onto the top of the webbing. Neat little trick. Keep yourself engaged in the game whatever way you can when you're the goaltender.
Lundin lining up to take this draw for Boston. Poked forward by BC. They give chase. Krimanula over to the left side finds Tyson. Tyson, long shot. Oh, and that one just glanced off the glove of Boyce. And then they blow the whistle.
And the rest saying, my bad. I thought that was caught cleanly.
Would have been a bit of a quick whistle nevertheless. But anyway, we're going to have a face-off inside the Boston zone.
Neither coaching staff overly happy about that whistle.
Yeah, I know. Now Lundin back on it. Lundin looks up ice. He's got Thorley streaking. Lundin elects to carry it himself. Lundin down the right side. Has Wall looking at him. Lundin Still with it down low. Lundeen at the circle. Lost control. And Ackromadula breaks it out to center for BC.
Trying to imitate Cale Makar with flying through the zone like that.
Ackromadula's backhand shot goes wide. Comes back out to center. Boston after that puck. On the right side, that's Grana into the middle. Pass to Flex on goal, and that was close as it's swept away now by Shuker. Back out at center, Thorley dumps it in, but not deep. BC fires it down into Boston territory. That'll go just hard enough for icing.
So for those of you who are in this age group, the 11 and under, who are watching this and are disappointed that you're not playing here at the Brick, reminder that these players do have some amazing skills, but development isn't at the same speed for everyone. I just mentioned Cale Makar. He felt he had to go to the AJHL, number one, to get an education, but number two, felt he was a little bit slower developing than some other players. So don't get your head down if you're not chosen to represent a traveling team like this.
On the near side, players from both teams jamming away at that puck. BC looking to bring it out to neutral ice as they lead 2-0 with just a shade over 10 minutes remaining in regulation time. Boston needing 2 to tie here in this third period. On the far side, BC gets it out to center. There is Harney. Harney hands it off. Boston up the right side. And now it's Duchnowski. May, though, caught offside.
Takes a little bit of a penguin slide there after the offside. Knows he needs to do a little bit better with that. Did do his best, though, to drag that back foot. We've seen a couple of the players even hopping to try and convince the linesman that they were onside.
Acrobatics put on full display. Now at center ice, it's McKenzie who gets it out for Donovan. Donovan at the left circle. Donovan fending off a check. Up top, McKenzie returns it. Goes past Donovan. Now it's Tights down low. Sends it over to Wall, who gets it out to Tyson. Tyson is pressed down to the ice. Boston jamming away at it on the far side. Donovan up high, taken there, and now it's turned over to BC. Ackromadula down the right side with that puck. Backhand pass through the middle is knocked away by the Bruins. Now a Boston player is hauled down, and Tyson is going to head to the penalty box.
Seven Tyson heading to the box of punishment. This truly needs to lead to some pressure. Ideally a goal, but at the very least, a good attempt here from the Bruins to make sure that this one is closer. Ideally, you come out of this at a 2-1 score.
Boston being outshot 16-13. They take the power play. A shot there from the right side. Goes over the net. BC hammers it to the line and out. So we'll tell you that this power play brought to you by the Kachuk Advisor Group at Scotia Wealth Management, where we share a passion for our community and we believe wealth is about more than just money.
Oh, and we do have one of those neck protectors coming off. I believe that was off Friars. So he may be forced actually to change. I believe it's similar to the helmet rule.
Well, Friars has it now. That long shot skips off the top of the glove and goes over the net. McKenzie hands it off. Friars. Friars at the left circle. Comes back up top to McKenzie. McKenzie cuts to the middle. McKenzie can't get the shot off. Now he chops it just wide. And his stick breaks in half. That's the stick of a BC player. I believe that's Jordan Taj who heads to the bench. And the stick remnants remain on the ice surface.
Those sticks, not cheap either.
No. Now Friars. Friars on the puck. Shoots. Save made by Zinner. The rebound sent out to McBride, who fires it all the way down the ice.
I think that save came off the neck dangler.
And look out. A turnover. Ackromadula. Oh, he sends it on goal. And the save is made by Boys.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Did not think that would happen as I started my little bit of a story about how that last stop was saved.
Yeah, Boys misplayed the puck right onto the tape of Ackromadula, and the point-blank shot stopped and held onto by the Boston goaltender.
We've seen a couple plays like that at the big ice here at Rogers Arena. Number 41, Mike Smith.
Boston off the draw, up the near side, and now it's taken away by BC for a moment. Now Boston sends it out to center. That one missed their player, and BC's Wall back on that puck.
You do have that double-edged sword as a goaltender. If you're able to play the puck, you're sometimes the hero with the breakout pass, but as we see there, if it's a mistake, it's a big, costly mistake sometimes.
Now on it is Donovan. Donovan to the middle of that pass, sails high over the stick of Grana. Picked up in the line by Lundin. Lundin at the center ice line. And he sends it in, but shallow. Wall fires it back out to safety. Only 12 seconds remaining on the penalty, and Boston touches it offside.
Boston not really able to establish any zone time, as you mentioned. Most dangerous shot on goal came from the mistake from Boys.
Face off in the neutral zone. 10 seconds remaining on this penalty. Boston in control. Sent over to the near side for Harney. Harney stops up, hands it off. Boston brings it in. We're back to five-a-side hockey. Racing onto the ice service for BC now is Yachkin. Puck sent down low in the BC zone, and Tash with a new stick rims it around for Gallagher. Gallagher down the left side has Yachkin. That passes behind him. Yachkin picks it up off the ricochet, sends it back out to center for Shuker. Shuker ahead, finds Tights. Tights down the right side, coming in. Tights cuts in, fires a shot, and a glove save is made by Boys.
Boys doing his best to will his team back into this game. 16 saves on 18 shots.
Face-off coming to the left of the Boston goaltender. 6:35 on the clock in this third period. Demansky and Manolakis in the face-off dot, and the Boston center wins it. On the near side, Boston pokes it forward. They get it out to center. That pass ricochets off one of their players, and now Manolakis takes over. Manolakis chips it ahead. BC sends it right back to center. On there is Demansky. Demansky shoots. Save made by Boys, who covers up.
Boys almost jumping into that butterfly, I find. It is reminiscent of Mika Kiprasov slightly, who sometimes had to make sure to get that chest up and big before dropping into the butterfly.
Face off now to Boys' right, and it's won by BC. Up top, Wall, long shot blocked by Duchnowski, and it ricochets out to center. Wall dumps it in on the wrong side of center. No, they're going to say no icing against the Canucks. Donovan up the near side boards. Turned back by BC. They're trying to jam it free. Now it's cleared by Boston through the middle. Manolakis over to the right side, finds Duchnowski. And Duchnowski carries it in.
A reminder, if you're a Boston fan, don't turn out early. We've had a day full of comebacks here.
Oh, tons.
On ASTV.
Ekremanula sends it all the way down the ice. That will be an icing against the Canucks.
Both these fan bases trying to get loud as Tom Sawyer plays throughout our ice rink here at West Edmonton Mall, the Ice Palace, under the glass dome here, a veritable hockey cathedral.
Face-off won by Boston. Ekremanula brings it out to center. Liebel gives chase, but couldn't find it. And Boston on it. Sent up ahead for Donovan. Donovan to Grana. Grana, left face-off circle. Down low, Grana sends it in front. And that shot might have ricocheted off Zinner and wide.
I think he was looking for Donovan, who had his skates planted in front, just couldn't quite swipe at that puck.
BC sends it out to center. Toner hands it off over to Ronan. Ronan ahead, finds Lundin. Lundin's pass misses Grana. Back on it is Tash. Not quite hard enough for icing. Shuker lets it go for Liebel. Liebel turned back. Now Shuker can't get it out. Shuker is back on it. Sends it over to the left side there for Calvano. And now the puck's sent out to center. Down the left side there comes Gallagher. Gallagher's shot is blocked. And now Boston on that puck. Bringing it out for Boston is Lundin. Lundin at the right circle. Lundin shoots, and that one deflects wide. 4:27 on the clock in this third period. Taken away up top. Harney's long drive. Oh, it bounces just wide off the skate of Wall. Wow.
Yeah, this rubber puck looking more like a bouncy ball as this game goes on. Incensed Vancouver fans there, as there is no call As their forward was dropped, is trying to attempt the puck, and here we have a poor line change.
Manolakis, though, lost the handle on it. Comes up top to Harney. Harney's long shot deflected on goal, and the save is made by Zinner.
That's a second great point shot there from Harney.
And getting his stick on that one very clearly on the way was May. AJ May got his stick on that, tipped it on goal, and Zinner just got the top of his glove on that shot.
And they're deeming that that was an icing.
Yeah.
As we have the song of the playoffs, I'd argue, playing over the speaker system here. Blink-182, all the small things. Got to do the small things right here if you're Boston trying to get back into this one.
Face-off won by BC. Their players hauled down. On the near side, BC gets it up to center. And Boston sends it back toward the blue line. Now they're going to say the puck was knocked down with a high stick, and the face-off will be in the neutral zone outside the outside the BC, or no, it'll be all the way down in BC territory, rather.
I thought we could have seen a timeout here by the Bruins, but is electing not to.
3:34 on the clock. On the near side, BC sends it to the line, not out. McKenzie, long drive, skips wide. Off the carom, Friars is after it. Friars up top, McKenzie walks in, McKenzie shoots. Save made there by Zinner.
Zinner shuts the 5-hole down from that shot from the point. Good shooting attempt.
Up top, McKenzie unloads, and that one's blocked by Boydell. Over to Tights, Tights chips it ahead, and now it's sent out to center by BC. Tyson shoots, glanced off the top of the glove and now off the end glass. And Boston brings it out to center, that's Friars. Friars through the middle, hands it off. Here's a chance, a shot there by Chamberlain, and the save is made by Zinner.
Friars tried to get his stick on that, but I think that would have been waved off with a high stick.
2:39 on the clock in this third period. Boston on it in their own zone, and it's Lundin leading the charge. Lundin down the right side has May with him. Lundin forced to the outside by Tash. Now they're going to call a penalty against BC. Oh my. Shot there deflects wide, and they're going to call an interference penalty against BC. It's going to go against Tash.
Yeah, not a ton of fans of that penalty call over on the Vancouver side, justifiably. I wonder if we do see the timeout come out here. Yes, and we do, coming out from Boston.
2:23 on the clock in this third period. Face-off will be inside the BC zone to the left of the goaltender Zinner. Shots favoring BC 19-15 late in regulation time.
Both these teams trying to secure this victory. So as I mentioned, if you don't win here, could already mean the end to your aspirations for that playoff Saturday. Very matter of fact from our PA announcer. And a reminder, this power play brought to you by Kachuk Advisory Group at Scotia Wealth Management. At the Kachuk Advisory Group, Scotia Wealth Management, we share a passion for our community. We believe wealth is about more than just money.
Face-off upcoming. It'll be on the far side in the BC zone. It'll be Lundin for Boston. And he wins it. Here's a chance. Donovan down low on the left side. Grena from his stomach sends that one on goal, and making the save is Zinner.
Great stop there. Gonna have to be the best penalty killer out there. You always rely on your goalie to be the best penalty killer, but especially when you're down 6-on-4.
On the near side, Boston wins the draw. Long shot by McKenzie. Tipped on goal. Just wide there by Grena. McKenzie again keeps it in. Manolakis at the top of the circle. Manolakis shot seen all the way by Zinner. He lunges on top of it to make the save.
As we have a little Ramstein du Hast, as tempers starting to flare a little bit in front of the net. And Boston and Vancouver, definitely two teams, two cities. Their fan bases do not have no love lost for each other. There's the phrase I'm looking for.
Manolakis up top. Manolakis down low. Knocked away by Wall. Manolakis fires one, and that one sails wide. McKenzie gives it to Grana. Grana makes a move in front, and it's Metalakis who shoots. Save made. The rebound. McKenzie shoots. That one deflects away from the goal. BC in the corner. They rim it around up top. Kept in by McKenzie. McKenzie's drive. Donovan can't get it on goal. BC takes it away, and they bring it back out to center. It's an empty net there for Domanski. He scores! 3-0 BC. Domanski, a shorthanded goal.
Shorthanded empty net goal. You can throw all the letters on that. Celebrating from the box, trying to get fist bumps from the guys on the ice.
Owen Domanski seals the deal here. 1:31 to go in this third period. BC leads by 3 goals.
Yeah, and I think this one might be not the comeback that we referred to earlier, as Jackson Zinner needs to get back in his goal.
Now the puck sent all the way down the ice by BC. It'll be a icing against the Canucks. I'm not entirely sure why.
I think it was an icing, they're saying?
It can't be icing. They're still on the PK.
Oh, so that is going to go back to center. Saw the goal.
Well, and you know what? They've got too many players on the ice.
They did have too many men.
They still do. Yeah, wow. So Tyson heads off. Wow, I think everybody in the building was confused for a moment there. And now we're back to 5-on-4. BC's still shorthanded. Perna down the right side with it for Boston, but Chamberlain had entered the zone early. They'll have to go back and tag up. Back on it for BC. They have it up the near side and out to center. Boston on that puck. Ronan up the right side, received. Chamberlain almost offside again. Boston keeps it alive. Perna down low, fires it wide. Jumping on top of that puck is Zinner.
Zinner making a strong case with a minute left in this game to be included on my selection of the 3 stars. Stay tuned after this game for interviews with all of those 3 stars here on ASTV.
Face-off won by BC. It's rimmed around, keeping it in at the point. There from Boston is Ronan. BC advancing it out to center, and Thorley dumps it back in. BC slams it down the ice on goal. Kick save made there by Boys. 40 seconds on the clock in this third period. 15 seconds remaining on the Canucks penalty. Puck rimmed around to the near side. Boston looks to break it out up the far side, taken there by Perna. Perna has Thorley. Perna shoots. Save made by Zinner. Up top, Ronan into the middle. Ronan had it knocked off his stick. Chamberlain now down low. Chamberlain tries a wraparound, fan on the shot, spins, has it at the right circle with only 10 seconds on the clock. Chamberlain down low, spins, shoots, save made by Zinner, cleared away from danger. Only 5 seconds on the clock. BC will clear, and that is a shutout for Jackson Zinner. BC wins 3-0.
Jackson Zinner so warmed by his BC Canucks teammates. A little bit of redemption for the people of BC.
They defeat the Boston Junior Bruins 3-0 in our final game of day 3 of the 33rd annual Brick Invitational Tournament.
Another great game here on day 3. We can't say enough about the quality of the hockey in this tournament. It's been incredible all week long, and I'm hoping that just continues.
Mike Gould, Conrad Krauser here on ASTV. We'll have Conrad down at ice level in a moment to talk to his 3-star selections.
I'll give you one more comment here. Even though the Bruins did not manage to find a way past Jackson Zinner today, they gave their all. They threw everything towards the net. And I gotta say, hopefully they can still hold their heads high and build some momentum off this. But now I'll head down and I'll talk to y'all shortly, hockey fans.
Thank you, Conrad. We will see you in a moment as the players salute their fans for BC, and now they head to the tunnel, where 3 of them will be announced as the 3 stars. One more time, BC defeating the Boston Junior Bruins 3-0 here in this game at the 33rd Annual Brick Invitational Tournament on ASTV. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here on this Wednesday evening. Mike Gould here for Conrad Krauser and all of our production crew here at West Edmonton Mall at the Ice Palace. Got 2 more days, I should say, of round robin play before we get to the playoffs on the weekend. So we encourage you to stick around for all the games you got coming up. Start again tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. And now here come the 3 stars. And the 3rd star for the Bruins. Wearing number 18, that's Cameron Lundeen. Salutes the fans and gives another twirl before heading back to the tunnel.
Your 2nd star for the BC Junior Canucks with the shuttle, number 41, Jackson
Zinner with the shutout, making 19 saves off the Boston Shooters. Leads his team to a 3-0 win, and he's pumped up.
And your 1st star for the BC Junior Canucks with the game-winning goal, number 97, Cooper McBride.
And Cooper McBride, the GWG. He is your star number 1. Thank you for watching here on ASTV. Mike Gould for Conrad Krauser. We'll send it down to ice level now. There's Conrad, and take it away.
So we're just waiting for all of our 3 stars to finish their photos before we start our interviews. But my name's Connor Krauser. I'm your color commentator today from ASTV. And what can we say? Can we get a round of applause for all of the players today, especially those who just competed on our ice surface between the Boston Junior Bruins and the BC Junior Canucks. I'm being joined by Cameron London. Cameron, come on over. Not the result you wanted, but your team was all around the puck, keeping it buzzing and not making life easy for Jackson Zinner, firing pucks left, right, and center. What can you say about your team's effort today?
I'd like to say that my team's effort was really good. They were staying on pucks, getting shots, and they were moving the puck actually pretty well.
So that's what your team did. What did you see across the ice? A very game British Columbia team coming to take you guys on.
They were actually, I saw that their goalie was very good and that some of their players are actually, they move the puck well, they have hard shots, and they can get a lot of goals in a game and in a season.
Cameron, I'm worried for my job. You broke that game down better than I could. Thank you very much. Obviously, you got to go get ready for tomorrow. The sun will come out tomorrow, and it'll be another day. Congratulations for a hard-fought game. Now we're joined by our 2nd star with the shutout, number 41, Jackson Zinner. Jackson, oh man, that's got to feel good, getting the goose egg out there.
Yeah, it feels really good.
And it's not just you, it's a whole team shutouts. What can you say about the defense that got those pucks and not allowing the second chances really to come netward?
Yeah, they blocked every shot that they could, and they did really good on defense, clearing the pucks out.
100%, a solid all-around performance. But are you going to go celebrate this somehow? What's your special celebration for when you get a shutout?
We listened to I'm Still Standing.
I'm Still Standing, a song older than you or me, but you're standing here with the zeros on the board. Congratulations, best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
And now your 1st star, not just with a game-winning goal, but another assist in the game, a 2-point day for Cooper McBride. Cooper, what confidence does having a goalie like Jackson behind you bring for your team?
It feels really good. You know, he made the team. He's really good.
The whole team was really good. So let's break down your goal a little bit here, Cooper. Early in the 2nd period, well, midway through the 2nd period, what did you see when you're coming in?
I saw that I could go wide, and then I took it.
Could go wide, you took it, took the shot, and it found its way home. a rebound opportunity, if I do recall correctly. Your team fights really hard, makes sure to win this one, and fights hard to make sure that you could ensure that shutout. What does that mean for you and your team, having that shutout on the record now moving forward in this tournament?
Means that we play really well. We just got to keep that confidence up.
Got to keep the confidence up, and you know, I hope that confidence stays up. I'm gonna let you go down and start the celebrations. Congratulations to Cooper McBride and all of our 3-star selections. Once again, my name's Conrad Krausert. For all of our production staff here at ASTV, we'll see you again tomorrow here at West Edmonton Mall, the Ice Palace.